Okay, so this video, I just wanted to encourage everyone to go to this GoFundMe page that I've listed below. Have a link to it. There was a child that was involved in a car wreck. I don't personally know the child, but I learn every day, or I'm reminded every day, should I say, how small our world is. That for instance, there was a tragedy that occurred when I was in college where a young lady was murdered, and over the next decade I found out there were at least 5 people that I associated with through that time period that were connected directly to her. I didn't know her in college. First one I came to the realization that she was connected to was my professor, Carol Stavish, who's a mentor of mine. Still very close to her to this day. This young lady, she had her in class and had made a huge impression on Carol, and I remember how distraught she was when the young lady was murdered. Like I said, from there forward, I continued to meet people that were her roommate at one time. I eventually even met her sister and was hanging out with her sister for a few months before I found out that was her, that she was the younger sister of the woman that got murdered back when we were in school. So that being said, we're all connected. So you never know, somewhere down the line, how happy you will be that you've helped someone out that maybe at the time you didn't know them or didn't know somebody directly related to them, but years later find that, look, I did a good thing. So especially right now, everybody, and I appreciate everybody giving to Damar Hamlin's GoFundMe, because he helps young children, and I appreciate, respect everybody giving him prayers. Well, this young girl, Leyla, she was in a car wreck, and her mother, Ashley, and Ashley's mother, Layla's grandmother, used to babysit my niece, Mackenzie, back when she was living in Georgia when she was a little girl. So, Ashley has been a long-time friend of my sister, Alyssa. I'm going to ask, and there's some, I get it, we're all tight right now on money. I get it. It's not the best for the economy. I live on a fixed budget. But I told Alyssa the other day, I was going to make this video, and starting next month, I'm going to give something every month. It may not be more than $5 or $10. That may be all I can afford to budget into my, but I can assure you I'm at least being frivolous with $5 or $10 every month. And based on what the bills that have accumulated for this young lady while she's in the hospital, I can assure you they're going to need, their goal is $50,000. Last time I checked, I think it was approaching maybe $5. So there's still plenty of room as far as need to be fulfilled. And like I said, I'm gonna start doing my part. I've decided this next month I'm gonna go ahead and budget that in on top. It's gonna be right there. So I'm gonna try to shoot for 10. I'm gonna take the goal. I can make 10 happen. That's all I'm asking. And every one of you, just think of it this way: if 50 of us gave $10 a piece, that's $500. You see what I'm saying? If 100 of us gave $10 a piece, that's $1,000. So every little bit helps. Do what you can, but please do something. And and I understand each person in a different place. Maybe 10 is even hard for you to come up with. I'm not judging, but if you can't give, pass this message forward, because it's vital. It seems like, much like Damar Hamlin, Leyla is in a good place. Okay, she is recovering and she's stable, but she has a long ways to go, and she's still in the hospital. So that's the best I know. Now they update it fairly regularly now, maybe daily. Once you get on the link, by the time I put this message out, I may be wrong. She may be home by then. I don't know. But those bills aren't going to go anywhere. And unlike someone like Damar Hamlin, who has a name behind him, and of course he himself is making a fair amount of money, and I'm sure that based on the player he is, that there's some kind of insurance policy that even the franchise has on him. A young girl like Leyla doesn't have that working for her parents and for her family. So again, do all you can, and if that's only passing it forward to others you know that might have the means, please do that. All right. May God bless you all. And donate and pray for Leyla.